Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn some another subtopics of the first lesson, basic concept in geometry, and on the basis of that we all have to complete our practice set 1.3, the next practice set of this lesson. In that we have to learn the conditional statement and converse statement. So before starting our practice set, first we have to understand what is the conditional statement. So for that, the definition is the statement which can be written in if-then form are called conditional statement. You all have to write the definition of all these things. I repeat the definition once again. The statement which can be written in the form of if-then form are called conditional statement. And converse statement is what? The antecedent and consequent of the given statement are interchanged. Then the resulting statement is called converse statement. Antecedent means the given part of the statement, and consequent means the to prove part. Antecedent means the given part of the statement and consequent means to prove part of the statement. Interchange. Then the resulting statement is called converse. The important is that the part of statement carrying if is called antecedent. You all will understand when we learn the examples. So the part of the statement carrying if is called antecedent, means that is given, and the part of statement carrying then, that is the consequent that we have to prove. For example, any statement is there: the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other. This question is there, and question is write this statement in conditional statement and converse statement. So we can write in a conditional statement, if a quadrilateral of a rhombus. In a conditional statement we can write, if a quadrilateral is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. Here just see the part of the statement which carrying if, it is called consequent, given part. So in the example, if quadrilateral is rhombus, that means it is the given part, it is antecedent. Then its diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. Then that means it is the consequent, to prove part. And how to write its converse? Converse is if the diagonals of quadrilateral are perpendicular bisector of each other. In the converse statement we write, if the diagonals of quadrilateral are perpendicular bisector of each other, then it is a rhombus. In converse also, if then are there. So in the converse, diagonals of quadrilateral are perpendicular bisector of each other, that means it is given, then it is a rhombus, that we have to prove. Antecedent part and consequent part. Take one more example. Angles in a linear pair are supplementary. This is a question. We have to write in a conditional and converse statement. So in conditional statement we write, if the angles are in linear pair, then it is a supplementary. If the angles are in linear pair, that means it is given part, it is a antecedent, then they are supplementary. It is proof part, it is a consequent. And how to write the converse? Converse is if the given angle are supplementary. If the given angles are supplementary, then it is in linear pair angle. So here see, in the conditional, if the angles are in linear pair, it is given part, antecedent part, and then it is a supplementary, it is a consequent part. And in the converse definition we learned they are interchanged. That means this line we have to write the first, That means if the given angles are in supplementary, then it is a linear pair angle. So this is the conditional statement and converse statement. Just write the definitions, understand the concept, and complete your practice set 1.3 and write in your notebook and submit it today only or tomorrow by before the 9 a.m. In that, one thing is there, the conditional statements are true, conditional statements are right, but converse statements not necessarily true. It may false also, but we have to write that. Understand? If any doubt, just reply in the group, or you can also ask the question personally. Thank you.